All right. So our town hall is a little bit later in the quarter than we usually do. As many of you may know, it's usually earlier in the quarter, but we thought that August might be easier because we're all traveling throughout the summer or busy with kids. And so we're hoping that this would be more accommodating to your schedules. So welcome to our new brands. We have Nut Crumbs US Wellness Meats and Bare Bones. And so we're really excited to have them on board. And welcome to our new creators. So do you all want to introduce yourself? Allie, Priscilla from Sprinkled with Balance, and Allie's Appetite. We're so happy to have you here.
Sure. Thank you so much. Hi, everyone. My name's Allie of Allie's Appetite. I've been gluten-free for over a decade, so I share all things gluten-free. Thanks for having me.
I love
And
your
you
work.
just launched a new course, right?
I did. I just launched a course to help people navigate a celiac diagnosis.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Priscilla, what about you?
Hi, so I'm Priscilla. I live in San Diego, California, but as you can probably hear, I'm actually originally from France. My blog is all about fun, healthier recipes. And yeah, I'm a certified nutritionist, and I'm just so happy to be here. Thank you so much for having me.
We're so happy to have you.
By Temecula.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we should get together. I'm real close to you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm in Vista, so I'm not far at all.
Very close to each other.
Yes.
Yeah, let's connect for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like Kirsten isn't far either. She says she's in San Diego.
I'm just chiming in the chat, and then you said it. Yeah, I'm in Oceanside, so San Diego County.
We're like nearly neighbors.
In Temecula, so we have to have a SoCal get together. Yeah,
Absolutely. Sorry. Okay, for sure.
awesome.
Thank you.
And if you want, if you all want to introduce yourselves in the chat or even drop where you are, where you're located, maybe there are more of us that have connections that we don't realize. So that could be fun. Little on the side food social meetups before we can have a big one in the future. So throughout the town hall, if you have any questions, feel free to just interrupt and ask them, or you can drop them in the chat, whatever you want. We want this to be an open discussion. That's really the purpose of our town halls, to talk to you about what's going on, to receive your input, and to really work together on improving Food Social and growing this incredible platform that benefits all of us. So thank you to everyone who recommended new brands and creators. Growing our community is just such a gift because we get to connect with new incredible people. And a few updates for you all. We are rapidly approaching 3,000 recipes on Food Social, which is really exciting. I think we'll be there pretty soon. From our Q2, we had 300,000 page views from, is it Q2 or is it the year? Tony, can you correct me? I want to.
That would be for the quarter. For
the quarter. Okay, so that's incredible. For Q2, 300,000 page views from 57,000 healthy recipe consumers, and year over year from Q2 of 2022 to Q2 of 2023, our consumers grew by 260%. So, and that is because of you all. That is because of our incredible community of creators and brands and the way that they share everything that we're doing. That organic growth we can only attribute that to you. So thank you for all that you do to help grow and support this community. The first thing that we want to talk about is, so very recently, you all had, the creators saw their payments come through from Q2. And what you may have noticed is right now, you're only paid on your recipes. So if you create meal plans or posts, you're currently not paid on them. You're paid on your recipe views specifically. Of course, we're open to changing that. We're always open to discussion because we do think there's merit in using the different functions of the platform. So do you all have any feedback on that? No pressure. And that's okay. If you think on it, if you're like, I would appreciate if we can change the way we do things. We can even come up with a proposal later this year and come back to you with it. We always just want to make sure that we are compensating you fairly, the way that feels most fair to you. Really quickly, he's not on camera, but Brent from US Wellness Meats. US Wellness Meats is one of our new brands from Q2. Just want to welcome you and thank you for joining us.
So Pooja, I have a question on the meal plans.
Mhm.
When I know we don't get paid for meal plan views per se, but if they actually have to click on the recipe and go into it, doesn't that count as a view?
It does, exactly.
Okay.
So you still get compensated for the recipe views from meal plans, but not for the views on the meal plans themselves.
Got it.
And I think,
It is,
Penny, that was sort of how we, talked about it before, is like what would be we always started looking at what's the right approach for all the creators, right? In trying to compensate you properly for bringing people, your followers, to Food Social, and what are the followers looking for? And it's meal plans and recipes. And so over time, meal plans tend to become more valuable. And so that's where I think Pooja is talking about, where we may explore with a group of creators, where you kind of talk about what the pros and cons of doing something like meal plan views. And then we could look into that for next year,
Okay.
or even next quarter or something like that. So.
Thank you.
I have a question. We don't do meal plans per se, but we have like what we call like roundups. So it would be like a Mother's Day of like, Pascha chocolate. Can we upload those and our recipes like as a brand? And if so, like, I'm sure there's probably somewhere for me to learn how to do it. You can see I'm like sometimes I upload the same recipe twice. Like I'm probably the worst nightmare you have.
not at all.
Is there a way for us to do that? And do you recommend that we do that? Because we do have a lot of those different type of roundups.
Absolutely. So we say meal plan, but we use that term really loosely, sorry. We're always creating like Labor Day meal plans or Labor Day menus or recipe roundups for different Mother's Day, Father's Day, whatever. And so that's a great opportunity for you to add context to those recipes by regrouping them. So, and I can show you how to do that anytime.
So like, could we do like chocolate for breakfast, like something like that? Would that work?
Totally.
Okay, that's the kind of stuff. Okay, great. Not sorry to take away from the crowd, but since you were talking about meal planning, that was on my list.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
And what that kind of plays into, I know that, so the compensation from Q1 to Q2 went down per view just a little bit for creators. And that's another reason why right now we're not compensating on things like meal plans and posts, because what we saw in Q2 was that our traffic accelerated greater than our brand growth did. So our traffic went up because the pie is the same from which creators get paid. So our brands, the money comes from our brands and the traffic that we get. And then, the money comes from our brands and then it's divided amongst the creators based on the traffic. So when our traffic is like really accelerated, like it was in Q2, which is awesome, that's why that's happening. But that's one of the reasons why we are working on fundraising, and Bill will talk about that later in the town hall. But that's a priority of ours because, again, we always want to make sure our creators, that you all are compensated. And the goal is to get that number going up, to bring more brands on board. That's why it's so important to connect us with brands so that we can continue growing this and that pie can get a little bit bigger for creators as well. Are there any questions about that?
We've covered a little bit in the past in meetings about best ways to approach brands or really anybody that wants to be a part of the platform. I mean, the goal here is to grow the community overall, growing creators, growing brands, and growing your followers. That's how this all works and succeeds. And so if you ever have any questions about how to best do that, first of all, just being authentic and just saying, hey, I really like what they're doing over at Food Social and I'm a part of it and I love it. Love for you to join. Like that is just, it can be as simple as that. But if you ever need anything more in depth than that, you can always reach out to Pooja or myself or anyone here really. And we'll give you our best advice. But we also have the Take a Bite page, which is essentially a landing page funnel for creators and brands. which we've shared in the past too. So when in doubt, you can ask us, but just being your authentic self about what you like about the platform and sharing it is a great way to help us increase our user base, essentially.
And right along with that, if you ever have questions or want to chat about how to increase the traffic on your own recipes on FoodSocial, we're always happy to chat with you about that. I'll get on calls with some of you sometimes where we're talking about exploring how you can continue to grow your own traffic or what the best way is to do that. And we're always happy to help you because we want all of you to succeed on here. Next, Bill is I'm going to share my screen to show you some of the fun updates that we have and the new pages that we've created in Q2. And Bill is going to talk through them. Excuse me.
So these are, everybody should have gotten, if you were around last quarter, you should have gotten an email from Pooja with a link to this page. It's your own personal portal page. And that's going to be a part of your dropdown, your login dropdown in the upper right. We'll get those synced up to your profiles in this next quarter here. But at a minimum, you should have the link in an email. And if you've just joined us, Pooja can send that to you. Just let her know if you need it. But anyway, this portal is essentially like a little bit of a bulletin board, right? Like it's got announcements about when the next town hall is, which literally right now. You can watch the replay of a previous one. And there are a multitude of pages here that can answer questions, like the onboarding checklist category, sort of the best practices of like, hey, I've joined, now what? So like becoming a part of our Slack community, which is really good. I mean, like we're here to foster these connections between creators and brands, and we know that's where the magic is. And being a part of our Slack community is good for that. Knowing how to upload a recipe, create a post. Looks like those links might not be active, but we'll get those taken care of. And so this is really a great jumping off point for many things. And so one thing that we launched here is the collaboration opportunities portal. That's something that launched this quarter. And this is a page that not only allows you, so from a creator perspective, it allows you to see what brands are doing and what their sort of short-term goals are, whether it's having people join their affiliate program or campaigns that they have. Also allows you to, as a creator, to request product from a brand too. So if you know a brand just came out with a product, or you've just never tried it before, you can use that product request form, and we facilitate that connection there so that we pass it along to the brand so that they can send you product or at least evaluate it. And Pooja, will you scroll back up? Yeah, as a brand, on the brand side, you can also submit a campaign. So this is like where a brand might share that they're doing an affiliate program, and things like that. So this page is a resource. Again, it's linked in your portal. You can check it out, and it's dynamic. So as things happen, they pop up at the top. You can submit the forms here, whether you're a brand and want to submit a campaign or whether you want to request product. And also there's a form here to refer a creator or brand to. That's at the bottom of the page. So it's all pretty self-explanatory, but wanted to show you all that in case it was something that happened this quarter that you didn't see. So that's one page that's available to you in your portal. The other one that just launched is this Bounties page. It's under the announcements tab. And this is really a way for you to get compensated for your efforts. And something that we've talked about at previous town halls is, your ability to get involved and how that might look, whether it's jumping in and helping us out with doing certain types of posts or moderating things. And the compensation there, currently right now is community points, which we've talked about before. And so this page outlines exactly where we need help right now. So I think that's an area where we struggled before, where it's like, hey, we need help, but we didn't articulate where we needed the help. So it's hard to know where to jump in. So this page does exactly that. And shout out to Cole He is the person who set this page up and helped us get this going. I don't think he's on the call today. He's over in Finland, as I understand it, but based in the US. And he helped us get this page going. So he'll be around a little bit from time to time. He's done stuff like this before with a similar organization in music. And so he really understands the landscape of not only the mindset of the creator, but also as it relates to their intellectual property and how they can sort of work within this type of framework, where they're contributing to sort of a greater asset. So this is the Bounties page. Was there anything else I was going to talk about, Pooja? I need to.
I would like to chime in on the Bounties page for just a sec.
Please. Yeah, please.
So the way that this is meant to work is if you see a creator's name here, that's just one person who's volunteered to do that one time or for a specific time. It doesn't mean that you also can't chip in for this. Our goal as FoodSocial being a decentralized organization and creator run is that it becomes this really fluid thing where we're all kind of pitching in to keep this running and picking up. Like, you can look here and you can just like quickly pick up something. You're at a doctor's appointment, you have 15 minutes in the waiting room and you're just like, oh, what should I do? You can just hop on here and choose something and quickly, you could like post a thread or a Facebook post or something like that. We do have some creators who are already involved in this way, like Alicia does posts on Pinterest. Penny is going to be helping with our Facebook group. And another thing that we'll talk about is Michelle is leading the podcast. So a few things to note here is we are wanting to launch a Q4 canned food drive. And so if there's someone who's interested in that, I would love to chat with you about it. And we can work together on that. So that's a really big one. We want someone to get involved there. But any of these things, big or small, it just, wherever your expertise is, whatever you enjoy, there's no real commitment here. Like, you can do it once or you can do it repeatedly as much or as little as you want. So just wanted to throw that in there. And right now, we are offering community points, but again, we'll be talking about the fundraising efforts, but the goal is to also offer USD in the future for this. Are there any questions about Bounties? All right, I'm going to stop sharing. Okay, another thing to talk about is that we have in the past, a lot of creators have expressed the interest in doing collabs with other creators. And in the past, last year we did like the summer series and the fall and winter and spring series where we facilitated collabs between creators. What we've envisioned as a team is that this also becomes more fluid and natural, where you are open to collab and you can just like drop it on Slack. Like, hey, I would love to collab with someone. I'm looking to work with someone. Does anyone want to work with me on making a menu or 2 recipes together? So it can just be a lot more natural. And so there's not this pressure to do it during a specific time. It's not like, oh, I have to do the summer collab, even though my summer's really busy. It's like, I'd love to work with someone because content creating can be a little lonely. And does anyone want to connect? So we have ideas to make this more fluid in the future, where like you can have a badge or something on your profile that shows that you're open to collabs so that you kind of know who to reach out to. But right now, you can just drop it on Slack if you want to collab with someone and someone else can pick it up and we can work together. I think that would be a fun way to go about that. And then and one thing about the Bounties, rewinding just a little bit, is we will be tracking your activity. So whatever you're doing, whatever you're helping with, we'll be tracking that so that you don't have to, you can track it too, of course, but we'll be tracking that to make sure that you're compensated for your time. Now our friend Michelle, who is here, welcome, is going to talk about a very exciting update, which is our FoodSocial podcast.
Yeah, so sorry to join late. Life just happens sometimes. So,
It's so fun to see so many faces on here for this one. I feel like it's just great to see our whole family here. So many fun faces. So podcast, we have been, Pooja and I have been having a lot of fun. We've been on a big learning curve too, so it's been a lot of fun that way. But her and I are great with each other because, we're just learning as we go. And we've done 4 recordings. I can't remember now, but they've been a lot of fun. And it's just the connections like we have enjoyed when we've done some of the collaborations together. I think we're seeing that happen, and we're hearing stories that are just so beautiful about creators and brands and what got them to where they are. So as Pooja just talked about the bounties, you'll see that there is a bounty for being on the podcast with us. So if you are interested, we would love to take up an hour of your time. And that's all that we ask, is just for an hour. It's not live, so there's no pressure, because we will edit it down to about 20-25 minutes so that it's it's easy to listen to. There's no pressure while we're recording to, like, you said something wrong, or like, oh, I didn't like the way I said that, because we can pause and pick it right back up. And so it's very fun, and we would love to chat with brands, creatives. I just envision this going a lot of fun ways. So anyways, does anyone have any questions? Or don't be afraid to open your mic and talk. We're all good.
And we have started recording, which is so much fun.
Yeah, it's been, like I said, I love learning, and it's been interesting to learn how to do a podcast. I listened to my mom do radio shows for like 25 years. So a lot of the cadence I just have learned from her, and it's just, even though she's not here to lean on and ask her, it's been a lot of fun to kind of revisit that kind of memory with her and doing this. And I just think learning about each other and the cultures and ideas behind recipes and brands, and it's a connection I think that we are all needing. So anyways, no questions? Okay. Well, please join us. Think about it. It's very low pressure. It's just Pooja and I. We're just sitting around talking. It's just a fun hour to spend together. So
it's meant to feel like friends sitting around a dinner table, just chatting.
Right. Yeah, that's literally what it is. And one day I think it would be fun to somehow be together in person, and not necessarily eat, because we'll be talking, but sitting around a table and recording some podcasts in person, I think would also be really fun. So anyways.
I see some of you dropping in the chat that you are interested in being guests. I love that. And we will reach out to you about setting up.
Please, it'll be lots of fun.
Yeah.
Hey, is that enough?
That's perfect.
Is everyone done listening to me talk? I can quiet myself now. Okay.
You both have great voices for the project, and I'm so excited to hear the interactions you have with our creators and brands. I can't tell you enough. You have great perspectives, and I'm super excited for it to launch.
And I should say, Bill, you've done some great artwork for it. I think the stuff that you're doing with the song, he's doing some fun music and like a logo to kind of go with it. And it's called That's Delicious. Did we say that already?
No,
That's delicious. Anyways, so thanks to Bill for all that you're doing too. So
yes.
It was very little, but I do what I can when I can.
We're hoping to launch within the next couple of weeks, but I have an unexpected surgery tomorrow. So it kind of has pushed things back a little bit. So we will be launching TBD, but as soon as we can, once I'm up and at it again.
You'll hear us saying it's ready.
You won't be able to hide from it whenever it's time.
No. And hopefully you'll tune in and listen, and just, if you're tentative, you'll just hear how casual it is and be like, I can do that. I could do that. So
exactly.
Okay. All
right. Next, Bill, do you want to take it away to talk about investment updates?
Sure, absolutely. Yeah. So this was something that was on the horizon at the last town hall. It's actually been on the horizon longer than that, but we discussed it back in May, and now we're in it. We're in the process. The process is underway, and we've prepared informational materials for prospective investors. So like if you've never heard it before, it's an investor deck, which is essentially a PowerPoint presentation, and we're starting to pitch this to potential investors. Two folks on the call, Ned Renzi and Mike Lewis. They are from an organization called Enjoy the Work. Mike, thanks for joining us on your vacation. Goodness gracious, I can't believe you're doing that, but you guys are rock stars. And Ned and Mike have been an amazing resource for us. They're helping us to optimize our pitch and our process ahead of doing all this. And not only that, but also positioning ourselves for great growth after, all that's said and done. And them being here today is sort of immersing them in part of the ethos and what makes FoodSocial really special. So I'm so glad that they joined us today. But the real short update on the investment process is that it's well underway. We've already had meetings, and there are going to be many more. And so it's going to be a process that will probably be front and center for a few of us for the next, I would say, 6 to 8 weeks under ideal circumstances. And so there will likely be more to share on this at the fall town hall. But in the meantime, just send good vibes. And if you know anybody that you think might be interested in learning more and being a part of that process, reach out, send us an email and connect us, and we'll take it from there. But one thing that I'm sort of seeing is that you never really know where the connection is going to come from. And so the more folks that know about what we're doing and how great this all is and how great all of you are, the better. So that's the update. It's going great.
Are you sharing the deck with anybody or?
We're sharing the deck with prospective investors for sure. It's available for anyone who thinks they might want to be a part of it.
Do you have like a one sheet on I know people that might be interested, but I wouldn't even know what to tell them you're asking for or looking to do.
Yeah. So we have like a little elevator pitch like blurb. I hope that's the right term for it, but it's basically like a little blurb that you would send as a warm intro. Say, somebody that sort of kind of knows this area, has some capital to play with, and would believe in the ethos of what we're doing, and say, hey, I'm part of FoodSocial. This is so cool. They're raising a seed round right now, and here's a little bit of information on you and connect on them, and can I connect you?
Okay.
That's sort of how that would go. But feel free to send me an email, and we can chat more. But that sort of critical thought process of, oh yeah, I know that one person who might want to be a part of that. Like, those connections are great. And even if they don't want to be a part of it, maybe they know somebody. And so the sort of tree of doing outreach is a really interesting one for this process. And there can be sort of unexpected twists and turns of who sort of crops up. So anyone sort of thinking about that critically and helping to make some connections would be very much appreciated.
Thank you, Bill. So just a few more things on what's ahead for the rest of the year. One is, I had mentioned the canned food drive. If someone is interested in taking the lead on that, we can work together. So you can think about it. You can send me a message or go to the Bounties page and fill that out, whatever you want. And second, Brent, I know that you are on here. If you want to speak quickly to the US Wellness Meats featured chef opportunity, that would be great.
Hi, Pooja. Thank you. Thanks, everyone. I appreciate being here. We, US Wellness Meats has a program. It's a monthly featured chef program we've done for, gosh, I don't know, way before me, probably like 12, 13 years. Every month of the year, we give one foodie, one chef, one trainer, somebody who loves food or creating recipes. We give them an opportunity to be on our website all month. We feature them in a newsletter that goes out every weekend. And we also will feature you in social media and our social media channels. So it's basically an opportunity to kind of cross-pollinate our circles of influence. You have access to our customer base and to our followers and so forth. And so anyway, we happen to have a September available. If anyone is interested, please reach out to me. We also have December, I think, is the last month of 2023 we still have open. So there's 2 months in 2023 we still have available if anyone is interested. We'd love to have you. And then 2024, we're going to be booking 2024. So if you'd rather, if you're more interested in next year, that's great too. We'll get you scheduled. Just let me know.
Thank you so much, Brent.
Thank you.
And I can speak to that as well because I'm their featured chef for the month of August, and
Yay!
Working with Brent has been a dream. Like, he's made it so easy, and it's been great. My experience has been wonderful. So I'd recommend it to any creator.
And you've been great too, Pooja. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Finally, V, since you're on here, I would love if you want to give just like a soft intro for the Pascha Q4 recipe contest coming up.
Wow. Okay. We're in the, I guess, beyond preliminary stages, but we're definitely in the works of working with FoodSocial and hopefully Primal Palette to offer an opportunity for creators to create recipes using Pascha chocolate and other products that, we're still working on the details, where it would happen over the fourth quarter. You would get a shipment from us of everything that you need and even money to buy the ingredients to create the recipes, whether it be an Amazon gift card or an Instacart gift card. And then we are going to give a huge cash prize for the winning recipe that the community will be able to vote on from like December 1st to December 20th. And there'll be 3 prizes that we're giving. There'll also be prizes to the consumers for voting so that they're interested in voting. And then at the end of it all, we're going to put together, a collection of all those recipes, on FoodSocial so that people can, access. So it'd be winner dessert recipes is what we're leaning towards. So we're hoping to start reaching out to, actually, we are hoping as a brand to bring about 30 new creators to the platform for FoodSocial, which will be great. We've already put our list together. Yeah. And then to invite all the creators that are here that want to participate, and people that sign up, we're just going to ask you to create a recipe and post it in December and try and get as many votes as you can. And at the end, right before Christmas, we'll announce the winner live on Instagram and write you a big fat check. For us, we're a small family-run business with no funding. So it's really the best way that we can try and compensate people that have supported us and that like our product, and also do mutual awareness. We would offer as a brand, we have a big email list, like we would do other things on the back end to help support the growth of the people that participate too. So we try and make it, a winning situation. But yeah, that's what we're working on. And we reached out to FoodSocial a couple months ago, and yesterday my team had a 2-hour meeting about it, and I'm going to reach out to them about the following meeting. But we're really hoping to be able to start sharing it all in the next couple of weeks. So hopefully you'll want to play. We're excited, and this is our first. We're hoping to have 60 creators participate. So the odds would be pretty good to win a couple $1,000.
We're so excited to work with you all on this because we're planning to completely host their contest on FoodSocial, where you post the recipe on there and people can even come and specifically vote on the platform itself. So we're excited for Pascha to kind of be our our test of this scenario, and we can offer something like this in the future to other brands who are interested too. So we
Also,
love working with you.
yeah, we would like to grow the platform. Like Michelle brought me on, and I used to be on the influencer side, so I definitely understand both sides. And I just think that it's a win for everyone. Influencers has a chance to work as a collective and earn additional revenue, and for brands to work directly with influencers and support. And then for us to, I have a community psychology degree. Like I'm the one that drove around America living in, like, I'm all about community. So this is just, to me, I get emotional. It's almost a dream come true. So to be able to just be in this platform with these brands, and quite honestly, US Wellness Meets, I have to tell you, you were one of the first steps that changed my life. So the fact that I even get to talk and be here, you have no idea how much I'm ready to cry, how much your company really, you delivered food to me when I couldn't drive and I couldn't use my hands, and helped save my life. So God bless you. And I'm honored to just work for a brand that gets to work beside you. So this is a dream come true for me as a human, as a healer, as a brand, as a former influencer, and anyone that wants to participate. You have my word that I will support you and work as hard as I possibly can to make you feel supported, as well as the brand and FoodSocial and everyone. So that's it. I'm done.
Thank you so much.
I'm gonna cry. I'm like, I have to wipe my eyes. I'm like, US Wellness.
We're a family of criers, V. You're always welcome to cry on one of
This
these.
is set me back because
I shall cry right now if you would like me to.
Amazing. On command.
It's that easy.
My first delivery from US Wellness Meats, I bet you if I dug, I could find it, and just crying because everything I needed when I couldn't drive and couldn't use my hands was brought to my door. And and that began my healing journey. So the fact that I'm even sitting on a Zoom with all you guys is an honor. But I hope that we just make magic from now till the end of the year and just keep growing together. I'm totally in, and I thank you, Michelle, for including me.
Oh, having your energy here is monumental. So all of you should get to know V. Let me just tell you, she is a force. So, and one of my dear friends. So love you.
I'm sorry, I'm crying. It might happen every my town hall.
This is always a safe space.
Thank you so much for the very kind words. I will pass those along to the owner. He's the real deal. John Wood is the real deal, and they've been doing this for over 20 years. So we actually hear a lot of that from customers, those stories. So God bless. Thank you so much.
No, your liverwurst. Like I used to eat tons of it.
I love that too.
Yeah. Life-saving. Everyone here. Allie, you've inspired me forever. I'm so humbled to be here with you and Bill, and just everyone. It's just really, we should all just be, I'm just humbled every day that I get to live in this community, really.
Pretty incredible community.
The best.
Thank you so much for sharing about that, V, and for your kind words and managing to uplift everyone on this call, as you always do. So that is basically all that we have for this town hall. Does anyone have questions or any concerns with anything that we've brought up? Anything that you've liked or you're excited about? Feel free to just chime in.
Or things that you're seeing as problems that we can help solve, because we're here to sort of help solve the problems for creators and brands. We know that the environment can be tough sometimes, and some of our best ideas come from you all. So if there are things going on in your work lives, hobby lives, what have you, let us know. I love the feedback. Like Penny, you're great at finding little bugs and letting us know. And you laugh and cover your face, but that's actually a really valuable thing to us. And so I do want to emphasize how important it is, this sense of community and us all working together to make a better environment. I'd love for us to keep the communication lines open for things like that.
I couldn't agree more. So much of what we've done has been in direct response to things that you all have requested, like the portal page. That was something that was requested by several creators. And we were like, of course you want access to your own stats, right? Of course you want to see how your recipes are doing in real time. And so that's our priority, is to serve you, to help solve problems that you see. I know I mention this on every town hall, but that's what sets FoodSocial apart. You know, we're not Instagram. Like, you have a say in everything that happens here. You have a seat at the table. You have actual ownership in the platform, and you get to decide where we go. You have real control and power here. And so if you ever see a feature that you like on FoodSocial, or something that's lacking on another platform that you wish you had, let us know, because we want to make this experience the best for you. Well, thank you all so much. So much exciting stuff coming up. Check out the Bounties page. If you want to get involved in the canned food drive, let me know. And if you want to be on the podcast, let me know. Those of you who expressed interest, we wrote down your names and we'll reach out so we can schedule a time.
Good luck tomorrow. Pooja.
Oh, thank you so much. That took me a sec. Thank you.
Yeah, I'll send you some Reiki energy today, tomorrow.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Nice seeing you all. Seriously, this is such a highlight, getting to interact and tell you about what we're doing, but also just bringing you in closer and closer to being a part of this. I think it's a really special part of what we're doing. And so even just being here on the town hall just means a lot. And so it's nice seeing you all. Thank you so much.
You too.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everybody.
Thank you.
One last
Bye.
shout out. I want to give one last shout out to Haley Lucero. She is our hero behind the scenes. She has kept our social media running. She does way more than you would ever know, because she acts like she just participates, but she's huge on the FoodSocial team. So thank you, Haley, and we miss you.
I miss you guys.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Yeah.